The number one pattern that will affect your success or failure in anything is your level of energy. When you are low energy, what do you do with your life? When you're low energy, how do you think about life? When you're low energy, how do you feel in your relationship? When you're low energy, everything stresses you out. Who here has ever snapped at somebody and it wasn't anything they said or did, it was just you were in such a lousy state? Who's ever done this? Give me a little noise or a thumbs up if you're on the chat. Who's ever been snapped at unfairly? Let's share hands on that one too, right? Oh, good. I've got both sides of the table. Well, look, it's not an excuse, but the reason you did that is you were in such a lousy state. Low energy puts you in a low state and you will not find the answers. Negativity comes out. Survival instincts come out. Our brains are not designed to make us happy. Our brains are designed to make us survive. Your job is to take control of this brain and make yourself happy. And the way you do that, and we're going to show you some great tools and we're going to experience them here, but the way you do that is not by just using your mind. You got to learn how to use your mind to get what you want, not let your mind use you. It's like technology. Some people, technology is starting to use them. You know, they try to dial somebody on the phone or text somebody and it doesn't go up and come back immediately. They're banging on their phone. They're like, give it a minute. It's going to a satellite, for God's sakes. Right? We're so impatient because of technology today. But energy will change all that. We're high energy. You can do anything. When you're low energy, everything's lousy. Now, here's the problem. We've had almost 4 years of shutdowns. We're not in them anymore. But you notice no one really wants to go to work anymore. Why should I have to drive to work? Why should I do this? And I understand some people are more efficient at home. You design software or something, but then people complain about being home and feeling lonely. It's like the path of least resistance is what most people take. And please jot this down. The path of least resistance will never make you proud. The path of least resistance will never make you strong. The path of least resistance will never make you happy. The only way you're proud, when people talk about self-esteem with kids, I hate when they do this. They say, you know, well, when I was young, people said these terrible things to me, so I have no self-esteem. How convenient you remember only the terrible things. Here's the truth. People can tell you you're worthless, you're lousy, you're nothing your whole life, and some part of you can say, I'm going to show you. Anybody did that in your life? Had somebody who told you that and you just pushed through? And by the way, people can tell you your whole life, oh, you're beautiful, you're perfect, you're so smart, you're the best, and you can think, I'm not. There are people who are very attractive or very smart, they don't think they are, even though people have told them that their whole life. The reason is self-esteem. Esteem for yourself comes from only one thing, doing difficult things where you push yourself through and you know you earned it. See, esteem for yourself is earned within you when you push yourself through, but you're not going to do that at low energy. So the first thing we want to do today, and for every day we're here together, and the reason I had my friend Brian get up and get you moving a little bit is energy is everything. When you think about it, think about this. Who do you want to hang out with? There's a big problem, and the leader goes, oh, man, I don't know. What do you think we should do? Or someone, when the big problem happens, stands up and all of a sudden people go, I don't know what to do, and suddenly that person walks up and says, I'll handle it, right? You know, you want to be with that kind of person, right? You want to be with somebody who's ready to rock, to make it happen, to push it through. But that requires energy. And so I want you to think about this just for a second. Let's take a simple context. Let's take relationship just for a moment. Let's imagine there are two people, and they're totally in love with each other. You know, they truly adore each other, love each other, and they're both at super high levels of energy. They've taken care of their bodies and their minds. Psychologically, they're staying strong. They got great energy, and they totally love each other. What kind of relationship are they going to have? Put it in the chat box. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be okay? Is it going to be amazing? Is it going to be magnificent? Put it in the chat box. What kind of relationship are they going to have? Absolutely. They're going to have an extraordinary. That's right. We're going to have a wonderful, fantastic, beautiful, great. Absolutely great. Now watch. What if you got the same two people, love each other just as much, but they're no longer at super high energy. Now they've let life kind of wear them down a little bit, and now they're down here and like, okay, good, better than dead. Right? And now they still love each other, but, you know, they don't quite have that same level of energy, and it's like, you know, they're a little worn down and taking the kids to the soccer practice and, you know, some financial pressure in the business and, you know, I'm worried about mom. And so as a result, the energy's down here. Are they going to have the same relationship? Yes or no? There's no way. They love each other just as much, but it's not the same. What if their energy drops even further And now they're down here, and they really got a challenging time. I mean, they're really frustrated. They're tired. They're exhausted. They totally love each other, but they're totally exhausted. I love you too. Yeah, that's great. Read between the lines how I feel about that. Right? So the truth of the matter is, same couple, is it the same relationship? Yes or no? No way in a million years. So what we need to realize is energy is everything. If you have the right energy, you can get yourself to follow through. So how many of you have days, though, where you woke up in the morning and thought to yourself, your mind says, let's go get him, and your body says, I can't get out of bed? Who's had days like this, right? Right? Or days, have you ever had days when you wake up in the morning and go, I don't want to talk to people today? Who's ever had a nice day like that? Business or life, and you don't talk to people, you got a problem. Or if you do and you fake it, like, oh, I'm doing great. How are you? Yeah, good. Right? We all got giant bullshit meters today, don't we? I mean, nothing's real anymore. Reality TV is not even real. That's how starving we are for real. But people can feel when it's real or not. So what we really want to do is use that energy. Now, the question is, I've had days I'm exhausted. I wake up, especially the way I've lived most of my life, 275 days on the road, a lot of years, 30, 40 different countries. I'd wake up. I don't know what time zone I am, what country I'm in, what city is this. Oh, my back is hurting. My neck's hurting. I'm tired. I didn't get enough sleep. But I still give up and give 1,000,000% every single time because I know how to put myself in that state. So if you don't have the energy, let's ask you this. Put in the chat box right now, if you would. Where does energy, if you don't have a lot of energy and you needed it, where does energy come from? Jot it down. Where does energy come from? Okay, ginseng, okay, my mind, my emotions, that's right. Oh, food. We got a lot of people saying food. Okay, hang on a second, okay. Let's address this one for a second. Food. Really? Food is a source of energy, but it's the source of energy, not at all. And I'll prove it to you. How many of you can remember your last Thanksgiving if you're here in the U.S. or anywhere else in the world? Because we got 195 countries here. We got every country in the world. How many can think of the last holiday, big season when you brought family over and had a big feast? How many have one of those at least once a year? Okay. And when you have that big feast, like in our country, it'd be Thanksgiving or Christmas. Question is, when you have that meal, you think it's Thanksgiving, it's the holiday, so I'm going to treat my body really special, have lots of broccoli and vegetables, right? No, what do you eat? Everything in sight, right? And how much do you eat? Everything you can. You're so stuffed at the end, you sit back and you're like going to try to push yourself away from the table and you go, oh, I'll never eat again. And someone goes, pumpkin pie, and you go, okay, right? Who knows what I'm talking about? Make some noise, Feel after that big meal. Do you really want to go play football, go for a run? No. You want to lie on the couch and watch the boob tube, maybe take a little nap. See, have you ever seen people after lunch? Usually energy drops massively. So it's not food. And by the way, who's ever gone on a fast? Who's ever been on a fast for 3 or 4 days? Raise your hand if you've done that. Do me a favor, put in the chat. At first day might be tough, but after 2 or 3 days with no food, does your energy increase or decrease? If you're on Zoom, you can just throw your thumb up or down to show me. The rest of you put it on the chat. There we go. That's right. It increases. How is that possible? Well, it's possible because most of us eat in a way that actually drains us of energy because digestion takes more energy than anything else when you don't eat effectively. So we teach that too, by the way, in our programs. So you have more energy physically. But so it's not food. The other one I saw several people here say is sleep, and sleep's really important, don't get me wrong. But how many of you ever had 8 hours sleep and you're still freaking tired? Make some noise if you've had that experience, right? Or, how many have had an experience where you were exhausted and then something happened that grabbed your attention and you were fully awake all day, all night? How many can remember a night like that?